Hey everyone, today we're making New York City halal cart style chicken and rice. It's a simple but delicious street food. That simple combination of the marinated grilled chicken with the fluffy, fragrant yellow rice, the two sauces, and some simple salad makes for a quick and satisfying meal. We start off by marinating our chicken with a special seasoning blend. We have 1.3 pounds of boneless chicken breast or thigh cut into bite-sized pieces, 5 to 6 large cloves of garlic that has been pounded or crushed. Add this to the chicken along with 3 tablespoons of yogurt, 2 teaspoons of lemon or lime juice, 3/4 of a teaspoon of chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, and we're just using the sauce. This is optional. If you can't find it, you can omit it. Half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of regular paprika, and half a teaspoon of mild red chili powder. Next, we have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander seeds or coriander powder, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. We also have 1 green cardamom pod. Use just the seeds. If you have ground cardamom powder, you can use that instead. And half a teaspoon of oregano, as well as 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I also added half a teaspoon of black pepper powder. And after mixing, I like to check the color and add a little bit more chili powder just to get the color that I want. Set the chicken aside to marinate for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we can rinse the rice. We have 3 cups of basmati rice. We're going to rinse it really well till the water runs clear, and then soak it for just 10 minutes and then keep it drained. Next, we're going to look at the sauces. First, we have the white sauce. And it's very simple to make. It's just 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise into a large cup. To this, add 2 tablespoons of Greek-style yogurt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to add 1 first. 1/4 to a half a teaspoon of ground cumin, as well as white pepper powder. Start by adding a 1/4 teaspoon of each first, and then we can taste it later and add more if we need to. We're also adding a 1/4 teaspoon of dried coriander or cilantro. Give it a good mix and a taste, and then we can add in more of the white pepper powder and the cumin and the garlic if needed, as well as just a little bit of olive oil. Add just a tablespoon of cold water. Give it a mix. This is just to loosen the mixture. You don't want it too runny. And then we can pour this into squeezy bottles and place it in the refrigerator till we need it. For the red sauce or the hot sauce, I don't bother making my own sauce. I find that sriracha works just fine. So now we're going to cook the marinated chicken. Just before cooking, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil into the marinated chicken and give it a good rub through. And then we're going to heat a skillet or a non-stick pan. You want to get that pan or a skillet really hot before adding in the chicken. You'll find that as soon as you add the chicken, it begins to smoke up. So leave it like that for a while, and then we can start to toss the chicken. So we're doing this on a really high heat. Make sure the heat is on high. What we want to do is to get some char marks on that chicken while we cook it tender. So leave it in the pan again after stirring for a while, and you'll see that some liquid develops on the bottom of the pan. We want to cook till those liquids are absorbed. And every now and then we're going to toss up that chicken again and mix it through so that it gets evenly cooked till you start to see those char marks. But you don't want to overcook your chicken. Remember, chicken breast cooks really quickly, and if you overcook it, it will be dry and you'll lose all that flavor. So within 5 minutes, this chicken should be cooked. We just want to get some nice grill marks. You can test by tasting a piece. It should taste like nice tender grilled chicken. When you've reached that point, add a drizzling of olive oil, stir through, and then quickly remove from the pan because you don't want it to overcook in the residual heat of the pan. Keep the chicken wrapped with foil to keep it warm, and now we can cook the fluffy, fragrant yellow rice. So for this you need half a yellow onion and half a green bell pepper. Both have been diced, as well as 3 teaspoons each of ginger and garlic. To a stock pot, add 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil or olive oil. Once the oil is heated, add in the ginger and the garlic and saute this briefly till it's nice and fragrant. We don't want the color to change. And then add in the diced onion as well as 1 chicken stock cube. Stir this in till that stock cube has dissolved and the onions have softened a bit. Now we can add in the diced bell pepper. Stir again just to soften those bell peppers. And to this add 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric as well as 1 teaspoon of mild red chili powder. Stir once again till the spices are fragrant. And then we're going to add in that drained rice. This is 3 cups of basmati here. And we're going to fry the rice lightly in the oil and all those sauteed ingredients. Just stir and fry the rice for a minute or 2 like this till you are hit with the fragrance of that rice. So I'm leaving this rice on a very low heat, and I've got this stainless steel thingamajig here. Well, it's actually a tea diffuser, but we're going to add some whole spices to it. A 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 very small sticks of cinnamon, 3 cloves, and 3 green cardamom pods that have been just bruised slightly. So we're going to be adding this diffuser into the pot when we're cooking the rice. So the rice has been fried for a little while and it's nice and fragrant. To this we're going to add 6 cups of water. That's for the 3 cups of basmati. Add in the water as well as salt. 1.5 teaspoons should do since we already added a stock cube which is also salty. Bring the water to a boil. As soon as it hits a boil, we're going to reduce the flame and also add that spice diffuser along with 1 dried lime. Now this is easily available in Middle Eastern stores. I just slit it slightly to release the flavors more, and cover and cook on the lowest heat for 10 minutes. It's so easy. After 10 minutes, the rice is perfectly cooked. Just give it a check from the bottom to see that the water has been fully absorbed. And then we can fluff up the rice. While we're doing so, we want to add 2 tablespoons of butter, and that gives that rice a nice buttery flavor as well. It's really good. Toss it through quickly, incorporating that butter. Make sure to toss from the bottom. You don't want to go stirring too much and break up your rice. So once it's fluffed up, cover, and then we're going to set it aside for 10 minutes. And that's going to plump up that rice and just make it so perfect. Now we're ready for plating. Add a good amount of rice as well as a good amount of that chicken, some lettuce, some sliced tomato. You can add onion if you like, some cucumber, and then go on with those sauces. Add plenty of white sauce. Most people like to slather this with the white sauce. And add some pita bread and of course the red sauce as well, but not as much as the white sauce, just a little bit of the red sauce. And you've got your New York halal cart style chicken and rice platter ready. So it's really delicious. Dig into it and serve with extra sauces. I really like to wrap the rice and the chicken inside the pita and have it like a wrap. That's something else. So I really hope you enjoyed this video on how to make New York halal cart style chicken and rice. And please leave a comment, guys. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.